Hey everybody, so I have here on me the LG G8X. So as you already know, whenever a smartphone company slaps a random alphabet after a model number, that usually means that phone it's a minor iterative upgrade over the previous model. That's about half true of the LG G8X. It is, in essence, a minor upgrade over the G8. It's got the exact same guts, like Snapdragon 855, same 6 gigs of RAM. Even the main camera hardware on the back, it's exactly the same. But LG actually made a couple of changes to the G8X that kind of is a shift in direction from the original G8. So it's kind of like a big change in a way. But I'm going to talk about that later. Instead, this video, I'm going to mostly focus on this. This is the LG dual screen. This is what makes the G8X worth having. So this too, it's a minor upgrade over an existing product. If you follow my YouTube channel or if you follow smartphone news closely, you already know that LG released a similar dual screen accessory for the LG V50. I reviewed it like 3 months ago and I liked it quite a lot because it was very practical to have two screens. Well, this also got subtle improvements here and there that makes this a lot more usable too. I'm very excited to use the LG G8X with this dual screen attachment. Together, they're known as the LG G8X dual screen. I'm excited to make this my daily driver. So to put it on, you simply have to just stick it into the case, and then you have two screens side by side, and that folds up into one folio-like product. So let's go over the hardware changes of this dual screen case first. You might have already saw it earlier when I was putting in the phone, but the case no longer uses pogo pins like on the previous dual screen device. Now there's instead a USB-C socket here that you simply plug the G8X into. So LG says that using the USB-C socket solution reduces power consumption by 10%. So you should get better battery life and also makes the case a little bit lighter. So this is slightly lighter and thinner than the LG V50 dual screen. So if you're wondering, the overall thickness of this device is 15 millimeters. So it's a little bit thicker than a traditional smartphone, even with a case on, but it's still thinner than my wallet. So that means it still fits into my pant pockets relatively easily. I mean, of course, I'm not wearing skinny jeans right now, so if you're a hipster who wears skinny jeans, I don't know if this will fit that comfortably, but for me, it fits pretty fine. So the hinge of the G8X has also been improved. Previously on the V50 dual screen, you only had 4 fixed angles. It was like either close or open like this, or like this, or like this. But now, this is completely free movement. You can have it open just basically as narrow as you like or as wide as you like, and it stays that way. So another major improvement that I really like, it's really useful for me, there's now an additional, technically a third screen right here on the front. So it's a small 2.1 inch OLED panel. It's monochrome, so it's only black and white, but this allows you to see your notifications and your time. Now for notifications, you don't get like the full message. So if someone sends you a WhatsApp message, you don't get to read the message here, but you get a little icon on WhatsApp. That makes this a lot more usable because now if I want to check the time or just if I have like a message waiting for me, I can just glance at the phone without needing to open it up. With the V50, I always had to open it up whenever I used the phone, and that was a little bit annoying. So overall, the hardware feels good. This case is not too heavy, it's not too bulky, and I like the grippy texture on the back, and the front, this glass panel feels pretty premium to hold. So LG's made a lot of improvements to the software too to handle the dual screen. So the first, which is one of my favorites, it's the ability to open Chrome across both screens. So when you do that, now you get to kind of, read a website on a larger canvas. Now, obviously, there's still a giant bezel in between, so it takes away from the immersiveness a little bit, but I don't think it matters that much when you're reading news articles. So now, you just get more text onto the screen, or you can hold it this way, and then you can read you don't have to scroll as much when you're reading long articles. Now the second software features that I love a lot, it's the ability to have an on-screen keyboard show up on the entire screen. So this makes typing a lot easier now because this digital keyboard is much larger. So now I can type easily like this, and I can type so much faster with fewer mistakes like this. And you can even split the keyboard like this if you want better thumb typing. And trust me, I'm a fast typer already, so I can pump out probably close to like 60, 70 words a minute now using this on-screen keyboard. Now imagine if you're someone who has to respond to emails a lot. Like I have to respond to maybe like 30, 40 emails a day, and I do it on the phone. Now, it's gonna be so much easier typing on this than just on one screen like so, right? So this is really damn exciting, and I'm just so happy to be able to use this. And also when you fold up the clamshell a little bit, now this kind of looks like a mini laptop, right? Like you can even put this on a desk and type like a traditional laptop, although I would say that would actually be slower than typing with your thumb like this. So that's just two of the software additions that I personally love a lot, but there are a lot of other software additions that you may love too. Previously on the LG V50, you can play games on one screen and have a digital controller joypad on the second screen. That has been improved too. Previously on the LG V50, you can only choose from like 4 joystick controllers, like there's only 4 settings, but now you can customize your own. So for games that have really complicated controls like on-screen buttons, you can now customize the controls however you see fit on a second screen, and it will greatly improve gaming performance. So this should be very fun to play games with too if you're a mobile gamer. By the way, you probably have noticed by now, but both the main screen and the second screen has a notch. So you might be wondering, why is there a notch on the second screen? Well, the reason for that is because LG says they want to use the exact same display panel from the exact same production line for both the LG G8 and the second screen. On the LG V50, that wasn't the case. The second screen was sourced from a different production line. So when you have 2 different production lines building 2 different panels, no matter how hard you try, there's gonna be slight subtle differences in color science and all that. So on the LG V50, I believe the resolution between the 2 screens, they weren't the same, and also the color profile was a little bit different. On the LG G8X dual screen, you have both of these panels are from the exact same production line. They're making the screens for both the phone and the dual screen at the same time, so you're getting the exact same color science. They look a lot more uniform, and also the resolution, it's now the same. Both of these are FHD+, so it's a little bit north of 1080p. So yes, that means the LG G8 does not have Quad HD resolution. This is the first LG phone in like 4 years to not have Quad HD. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. I've long been saying this. 1080p is more than enough for the human eyes. Like you don't need Quad HD unless you're watching on like a 40-inch display or something. On a small screen, 1080p is more than good enough. So like I said earlier, I'm someone that does a lot of work on the go. Like every single day I'm answering 30 emails, and I'm always on WeChat or WhatsApp talking to my editors and colleagues and PR people scheduling events. And I think the LG G8X dual screen is going to come in very, very handy for people like me who multitask a lot. This is a much more practical, much more durable, and much more affordable solution than the Galaxy Fold or the Huawei Mate X. Don't get me wrong, I'm a gadget geek, so I'm super, super excited about those phones too, but those phones are like $2,000, $2,500 US. So to most average people, that's not a smart purchase. It's like if you're just a normal Joe, you should not consider buying the Galaxy Fold for $2,000, especially when it might break. This instead, it's gonna be probably like half the price, maybe even less, and it's a lot more durable. It's proven technology. So this is a much more practical solution if you want kind of like a foldable phone. So speaking of pricing, LG has not announced pricing yet, nor has LG announced availability, but I've worked with LG and I've covered LG long enough that I can make an educated guess. I'm guessing that the LG G8X dual screen will start selling in South Korea and the US and Canada probably by the end of this month or maybe early October. And at the price, I'm guessing it'll be under $1,000 for the whole set. Like for the phone and the second screen, maybe $1,000, maybe $1,100, or maybe $950, who knows? But it'll be a lot more affordable compared to the $2,000 foldable phones. And this is probably coming to Hong Kong too. And in Hong Kong, it'll probably be even cheaper. So I'm excited for that. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the G8X too. So let's go back to just the phone without the second screen attachment. This phone has a much smaller notch. The reason for that is because LG removed that Tof sensor that was in the LG G8. Now that's kind of huge because the LG G8, one of the major selling points of it was that it had a Tof sensor on the front, which allowed you to unlock the phone in your face and also do these like weird hand gestures to unlock your phone and control the phone. And almost all reviewers, basically 99% of the reviewers and users made fun of the feature, said it was too weird. So that means LG actually listened to reviewers and consumers and changed something that clearly wasn't working. And I have always respected LG for that because Apple and Samsung, they're so damn stubborn. They'll just do something for years and you'll tell them you don't like it every reviewer will tell them, and they don't want to listen. Like, everybody wants USB-C on the iPhone, but guess what? The iPhone 11 is still going to use a lightning cable. Like, nobody likes the Bixby button, and it took Samsung like 2 years before it finally agreed to kind of get rid of the button. And even then, it's still kind of there. So LG actually listened to us, and we moved the Tof sensor, and now there's a smaller notch, so we get more screen. We get a little bit more screen space. You also notice that there is no fingerprint sensor on the back now. That's a major change too, because LG was the pioneer of this. LG was the first company to move all the buttons and sensors to the back of the phone so you can have an uninterrupted screen. LG first did that with the LG G2, I think, which came out in 2013. So that's years before Huawei, Samsung, Xiaomi, Oppo all went that route. You know how all the phones nowadays, there's no buttons, nothing on the front, everything's on the back. Well, LG did that like 6 years ago. So anyway, the LG G8 doesn't have a fingerprint sensor in the back anymore. Instead, you have a in-display fingerprint sensor. That works pretty well for my limited testing so far. It doesn't seem to unlock as fast as the OnePlus 7 Pro's sensor, but hey, at least it's here, and it's the first optical in-display sensor in an LG device. So another subtle change about the LG G8X is now there's a visible, actually I don't know if you can see this under this lighting, but there's now a kind of noticeable speaker grill right here on top of the bezel, whereas on the LG G8, this thing didn't exist. LG G8 simply vibrated sound through the glass. Now LG went back to the speaker grill to give you better stereo sound, because now the speaker grill up top completely matches the speaker grill down below. They're both 1.2 watt speakers, I believe. So that means you're getting sound output from the bottom and the top. That's exactly the same, like the exact same quality of sound. Okay, y'all know I can't talk about the speakers without doing a K-pop video speaker test, so here we go. So you have stereo sound coming from both sides. This is 50%, and it's already very loud, very clear. You see, you can't muffle the speakers at all, even if you cover the phone. Let's go to max. So the selfie camera has also been improved too. This is now a 32 megapixel selfie sensor. So you're not using this to take 32 megapixel photos. Instead, you're using this to take 8 megapixel pixel binned selfies. So that means they're pixel binned, so you have 4 pixels into one. So that means you'll get selfies that are a little bit brighter, which helps a lot when you are taking selfies at night. And also with the second screen attachment, you can have this phone in here, take selfies, and you can use this second screen to light up, like provide extra lighting. Like they have like lighting solutions for you to pick from, like yellow, white, blue, whatever. Like if you want a little tint on your face. So the LG G8X also has an improved Android skin. This is LG's new updated software. It's called LG UX 9.0, and it's a little bit cleaner. You notice that icons and text are a little bit bigger, so it's easier for you to see. When you swipe down the notification icons, they have, they just have a new cleaner shape and easier to choose from. And you also get, and of course you also get night mode now. So that's, something that every phone's getting, and it's good to see LG adopting to it too. And LG has also made certain native apps a little bit more one-hand friendly. Like when you go into dialer now, you notice these tabs now are now at the bottom. So easier one-hand access. So of course, all the stuff I loved about the LG G8 and other LG phones also returned the G8X. So the glass back still feels very premium, and I like that there's a coating on it, so it doesn't attract fingerprints as bad as like the Galaxy Note 10. And the camera has no camera bump. It's completely underneath the sheet of glass. I like this look. It's very clean. And the haptic engine on this phone, it's excellent, among one of the best in Android. And you still get that very useful wide-angle camera and a very solid video camera with an excellent Pro mode too. And the battery inside is 4,000 milliamp hours, so it should be enough to power this phone all day if you're using the phone just a standalone device. You plug it into the second screen, then LG says it'll still go an entire day for them, but I don't know for me if it'll last an entire day, because I'm a very heavy smartphone user. But no matter what, battery life should be improved over the V50 dual screen. So this is the LG G8X. I'm a fan of this, and I can't wait to make this my daily driver. So that's about it for now. If you're interested in, If you enjoyed this video, or if you want to keep up to date with like new smartphone releases, subscribe to my channel or follow me on Instagram at Ben's Gadget Reviews. I have a lot more content coming up, including on the Vivo Nex 3 and the Huawei Mate 30 Pro. That's coming in the next like 10 to 12 days. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.